Hi, I'm Nines Lee. I'm majoring in public health in UMass Boston. For my final project, I created a children's book called it Growing Toward the Light instead of traditional paper. Sorry, this one. I wanted to make something creative that could still explain the main ideas we learned in this course, especially racism as a public health, structural inequality, and all kind of stress, and healing through the community support. The main symbol in this book is tree and then the sun here. The tree represents people and communities, especially communities affected by the racism, poverty, stress, and unequal opportunities. The light represents hope, healing, support, and opportunity. Well, this is the final form. Some trees grow in the sunshine, some trees grow through storms. At the beginning of the story, the book says some trees grow in sunshine, some trees grow through the storm. I used this to show that people do not grow under same conditions. Some people are born into safer environments with more support and resources, while others experience instability, discrimination, violence, poverty. This connects to the idea of social determinants of health because health is shaped by the environment and system, not just a personal choice. The storm in this book represents chronic stress and hardship. One page says little by little, the tree become weak and tired. During this course, I and we learned that racism inequality can affect both mental and physical health over time. This stress from unstable environments can slowly wear people down. Deep underground tangled roots spread through the soil. Some roots were called it unfairness, some roots were called it racism. This is one of the important pages in my book. Is this root page. The roots labeled right here is the racism, right here is the unfairness. I use the roots because structural racism is often hidden underneath the society, but still it affects people's everyday lives and opportunities and health outcomes. The tangled roots also represent how racism, poverty, stress, lack of healthcare access, and inequality are all connected together. And when I created this page, I was inspired by The Wire, especially season 4 characters like Dookie. He showed how growing up in the unstable environment and lacking support can affect someone's future, even though they try hard to get out. Watching the show helped me understand how systems, environments shape people's lives from young age until they grow up. And here is these roots made storm harder to escape, but the tree was not alone. People came with the care, kindness, and support. Later story, these people come here, and then they help tree with the care, kindness, and support. I added this because I didn't want my project to only focus on the suffering. I also wanted to focus on healing, reliance, and the importance of public health interventions and community support. I want to show that communities are not broken, that is just systems can help people heal and grow. Little by little, the tree began to grow toward the light again. At the end, the tree slowly begins to grow towards the light again. I use the word little by little because healing takes time, especially for communities affected by the long-term inequality. And this is my just reflection when I made this book. Overall, during this semester, through the wire and weekly readings, I learned how low-income communities often suffer from the lack of opportunities and are exposed to harmful environments and stress. Through this children's book, I want to show that with community support and public health interventions, healing and change are possible for communities of color. I also want to explain these ideas in a simple and creative way that shows both harm caused by the unfair systems and the importance of healing from those wounds. And that's it for this. For this project, I want to use simple storytelling and visuals to explain complex and public health ideas in a way that feels emotional and easier to understand. Even though it's a children's book, the themes connect strongly to what we learned throughout this semester. One thing this course changed me is how I think about health and the health inequality. Before it, I mostly think about where's the racism in public health? And if there is, it's probably most likely came from individual choices or the medical treatment. But after a lot of readings and those wire episodes, I start to understand how much systems, environment, and then long-term stresses can shape people's lives. And while making this book, I especially thought how children are affected by their surroundings from the very young age. For example, in The Wire, the kids were trying their best, but their environment kept limiting their opportunities. That inspired me to create this tree as a symbol of growth and struggle and reliance. I also want to do the artwork for the first time for my final. And it helped me to feel more comfortable with the final project. And I feel like I was so hopeful when I made these books, but it was a bit difficult to choose topics. That is why I choose this one, because I spent a lot of times to decide everything when I made this book. Overall, this project helped me to express the themes of racism, inequality, and stress, and the reliances in a more creative and personal way instead of just traditional paper. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video and have a great summer.